I mean,
Hi guys.
it's Sunday, so I don't even know if anybody's going to see this, but we're doing the thing now. So, hey guys, Coach Castle here with my buddy Victor.
Hi
And
guys.
taking a quick break, as I mentioned, I got about 15 more minutes. He's coming over bringing some goodies. I'm smoking some goodies. He's smoking some goodies. Lots of times you guys ask me in the comments, Coach, what are you smoking in your video? And it's always funny when I reply weed and you guys get that flabbergasted look on your face. But yeah, Coach Castle smokes weed. He smokes a lot of weed all day. And right now, especially with my fucking tooth problem I told you guys about, we're smoking some weed together. Now, the best way to do it. So, Victor, how long you been smoking weed?
I started smoking when I was about 16. I'm 37, so about 21 years now.
Got me beat, Jesus.
Yeah.
I never touched a drug of any kind. I never touched alcohol, nothing like that until I was 21 for alcohol, but then I didn't really touch it. But then for weed, I was 25, dude. First time. It was an accident. It was an accident the first time.
I think most people call weed like the gateway drug, but to me, it's actually alcohol. I feel like most people get alcohol first.
Yeah.
But I feel like weed has definitely helped my life a lot better than me doing any other drug or even drinking.
Oh God, yeah.
I definitely prefer flower versus alcohol any day.
Not a big fan of drinker. If I drink, it's going to be rarely. It'll be a little sangria, a rosé, maybe some champagne, sake, something very light. I'm not a drinker. What are you drinking?
I'm the opposite. I'm very I need something fruity. I don't want to taste the alcohol.
Well, that's what I do though.
I need
Sangria,
something super smooth. I'll normally do have a cocktail or I don't even know. I'll have a pina colada or a strawberry daiquiri. I just don't want to taste the alcohol.
I could see you with a martini with cotton candy and shit fluffy on top.
If it's sugary, that sounds kind of right.
Well, you need the calories though.
But I genuinely don't. I also believe that having alcohol is very in the moment. I don't have to finish the drink. I want to either have a good time with my friends or have a good time with or pairing with my meal. But it doesn't mean that I'm not there to get intoxicated.
Yeah.
I'm there to enjoy the drink and the flavor of it. But that's why I don't want to taste so much alcohol, if that makes sense.
Now, when it comes to weed, though, I mean, let's just talk about weed for a minute.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's whatever. When it comes to weed, for me anyways, I smoke because it keeps me calm and relaxed. I have no difficulty hyper-focusing. It doesn't make me more tired unless I allow it to. It doesn't interrupt my thinking process. In fact, I feel it makes me more creative. I know most people, when I tell them I smoke about one of these a day, they
that's heavy.
That's heavy. They say, but it is what it is for me. It doesn't impair me at all. Let's just say, a lot of people who smoke, we'll put it that way. How do you find it typically affects people, and why do they typically get weed?
So I generally think that weed was a big faux pas at one point. It wasn't accepted, so people used to get together and realize that it makes you feel good. That's the whole point of doing it all. It makes you feel good. To me, I use weed as a drink. It makes me at the end of the day relax sometimes. I get to slow down my thoughts. It's personally even helps me eat. I get hungry and munchies. A lot of times there's so much going on that I don't think about it, and the reaction of it helps me eat. It really does. It takes away nausea. Generally, other things also is I believe that people that do become lethargic, it's kind of a state of mind. I function. I do 12 to 15 to 20 things a day. I go to work. I still pay my bills. I still go home, cook and clean, and and have house projects. It never stops me from doing anything productive. Genuinely, I feel like if it does, I wouldn't do it. Another thing is I never kind of felt like weed was a drug in my head. It was not something like.
It's always so bad in my head. I had that dare shit.
I never.
I'm talking about. I had that. It's for the lunatics you see on the side of the road talking to themselves and clawing at air.
My family was very like that. I grew up in a sober house. I grew up in where pot is like being up there with crack and heroin addicts. And if I smoked pot, my mom thought I was dying somewhere in an alley with some stranger killing you or some shit like that.
I've lost clients when I tell them I smoke weed. I've literally had clients, I don't want to work with you anymore. I'm like, what does this have to do with anything, any of my knowledge? You're not even in the same room with me. You're on the computer. Why do you care that I smoke weed? I won't tolerate it in my life. I'm like, wow, you just sound pretty crazy to me, but okay. Some people are like that.
But they'll allow drinkers.
There, the blood of Christ, the blood of Christ. Wine. We love wine. We love that thing that makes us beat our wives and get depressed and kill ourselves and suicidal. We love that.
I feel also everything in moderation is very important.
The dose determines the poison.
And a lot of things is if somebody else has another vice, they look down upon marijuana. To me, it's not. It's kind of like
they're probably a sex freak.
It's everybody has his chick. That's how I see it. It might be
life is suffering. You need some way to abate it. Fucking hell.
So it's definitely marijuana has actually done really good for me for mental health. I used to be on a lot of mental health medicines, and instead I just started smoking weed. It's done wonders for me. I will definitely, and then it comes in other products now, like
all kinds
lotions and bath tea and shampoo.
Not those kind of bath salts. Not those kind of bath salts. We already got zombie eating people.
Oh yeah. Only in Florida.
Only in Florida, guys. Florida.
Yeah.
Florida's a fucking crazy place, guys. I was just in the Everglades the other day building a gym. I had an alligator run by me like a fucking dog. It was terrifying. I mean, it wasn't terrifying because he was a little guy, I could have taken him, but, still scary. Regardless, a couple misconceptions about weed. What do you think is the biggest misconception you got to hear about?
That I am either dumber than most people or I'm lazy because I smoke weed. I will.
Dude, that's yes.
That would say most people would think that I get nothing done all day and that I am like not as average or below their intelligence.
Yeah.
A lot of times I smoke weed specifically to slow down my thoughts. And a lot of times it never stops me from doing the most that I can. It actually helps me sort of have panic attacks or get too much into my own thoughts. I just enjoy the moments.
Fuck yeah. Now, weed is one of those things I feel it's misunderstood, and when it's misunderstood in that way and it's made illegal in that way, people are always going to have like a nocebo, a negative connotation with it mentally. So if they do smoke it for the first time, or even if they just think that they are for the first time, they're going to have a bad reaction to it. I mean, the first time I literally had weed, you'll appreciate this. I had like 25 cookies. And they were all edibles.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, well, nobody told me they were. So I had this is back when I was a chef. By the way, one of my chefs, real quick, we'll have to wrap this up. I got to put clothes on it. One of my chefs used to tell me for about 6 years, you really got, my nickname at the time was Noodle Man. He said, Noodle Man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember why.
That's a funny nickname. I like that.
He said, Noodle Man, you'd be so much happier if you smoked weed because I couldn't control how fast I spoke. I was always thinking, vomiting information, not filtering things, like kind of.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm not touching the devil's lettuce, not like that. But,
That's an awesome name for it.
Yeah, I know. I like it, actually. It makes me want to try it more. Like it's a healthy salad almost.
It's kind of funny. It would interest me if I hear the devil's lettuce.
But anyway, so I had just finished a catering gig. It was a personal one. It was a party, like 15 people in home. I finished that up and I'm wrapping up, and the host, everybody's so happy with me. It was a beautiful thing, blah, blah, blah. Have whatever you like in the kitchen. Come join us for a drink. I said, cool, no problem. Well, I hadn't eaten, so I was starving. And I love chocolate chip cookies. And there was a Ziploc bag full of chocolate chip cookies. So I had like half. And just, as I was cleaning up, thought nothing of it, had a drink with the host, start driving back 95.
Yeah, it takes about an hour to keep going,
right? As I'm driving, all I see is that speedometer. And I focus on it. And that was about it. On the way home, I just made sure I didn't deviate from 55 miles an hour unless I saw the speed limit sign change. And then I immediately hit the brakes to immediately get to that speed until I got home. At the time, I was married. My wife had no idea what was going on. I don't remember going in the house. I don't remember anything but going into the bedroom. And when I was in the bedroom, she came in the bedroom door, and I just thought she was like this horrendous, monstrous creature.
Oh, man.
But I was also logically aware that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
So this really weird mental state I'll never forget I had. And I was just like, I'm going to take a shower. And after my shower, we will talk. Like, it was really awkward what I did. It was super awkward. And then I got in the shower. I was like, I can't talk to that monster. I'm going to sleep. So I just yelled through the door, Monster, I'm going to sleep. We'll talk in the morning. And, she's like, I'm like, oh my God. I feel sick. Very, very sick. And like, so then I get in the bed and I just remember the whole night, every time she'd touch me, I put her hand on me, I'd like freak the fuck out. Like the Grim Reaper was coming for me. And I was still high as fuck the next day for like most of the day.
Okay, they had long.
It was
packs.
rough.
That had to be really strong.
But that was my first fucking, and I didn't know it was weed until I told my cooks at work, and they just had a fucking panic attack laughing at me.
So,
you know.
Personally, I know a lot of people that like edibles, but me, I only can take doses. So like I try to stick within the 25 milligrams to 50 milligrams of edibles, because anything over like 25 makes me feel good. 50, I start getting a little bit tired, and that's not why I want to smoke. Like that's not enjoyable for me. Then if I take 100, it makes me feel like the room is spinning. So edibles are a little bit harder to regulate, or to me, or my experience is like, no, if I eat this cookie, is it going to be 100 milligrams? You know, and is it going to be 75? Sometimes like this batch would be stronger than the other, and I get a little bit weird. That's why like I smoke more, because I know when I'm high. Like I'm at
But
this
you can
point,
tell, and you're good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, I can put it down. I don't need any more. You know, an edible is like all of a sudden it starts creeping up on you. You're like, holy shit.
And you don't know how deep it's going.
You don't.
You're like, when is this rabbit hole going to end? Oh, it's not. Oh, shit. I've had that happen a few times. But we gotta wrap it up, guys. Victor, thank you for joining us. That was a little bit weird for you to just suddenly pop on today. It's a new thing I'm doing, so, you know, maybe wear a better shirt, Rugrats, next time.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm just kidding. I love your shirt. Anyways, guys, see you later. Everybody have a great day.
Actually, my shirt, it's fun.